YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Michael back again with another video. As we know, everybody's talking about AIs, EVs, space, but nobody's talking about the next big sector, the next big frontier, which is going to be underwater tech and robotics. Today's video is going to be about Kraken Robotics. I made a video a couple of weeks ago talking about Kraken Robotics. Just wanted to add a little bit more onto that. And then on top of that, Kraken Robotics hit a 52-week high today, guys. We hit around $4.09 a share. It got a little bit higher than that, but Schwab is showing it hit $4.09 a share. It ended up closing at $4 a share, up 13.77%. Why we're running, guys, I don't know, but I'm just glad to be building a position here, learning more about the company, and seeing where this stock could really go. As far as, what it's valued at right now, it's valued at $1.5 billion. I personally see this stock being able to do a 5x, maybe a 10x, not fully in the 10x camp just yet, but 5x I think is completely reasonable and it's completely possible. There's only 306 shares outstanding, so it has room to run, guys. But we're going to dive in a little bit deeper into Kraken Robotics and let's get into it. So I think what's really going to make this stock run, guys, is they don't have a partnership on paper right now that everybody knows about, but Kraken Robotics does work with Anduril. They supply Anduril all the batteries that they use for their undersea drones and all the tech that they're building. We know Anduril right now is getting a bunch of defense contracts. We know the CEO of Anduril is Palmer Luckey, who was the creator of Oculus. He sold that business to Facebook, and he's just been killing it with what he's doing at Anduril. And Kraken is going to be a key partner with Anduril as far as all the tech that they continue to build. Anduril recently got the $1 billion contract with the Australian Navy, which is going to give more funds to Kraken to help build those underwater subs, underwater torpedoes, and all the other tech that Anduril is building. Kraken is going to play a very key part in that build out for the Australian Navy. What really separates Kraken from any other defensive plays that are currently out there is it is slightly profitable. Revenue jumped about $12 million Canadian in 2020 to $91 million in 2024. That is, I believe, a 65% CAGR over the course of 4 years. And they're guided for $130 million this year. That is massive, guys. $130 million. If they're in any way sandbagging those numbers, just continue to look out. And why the stock ran today, I don't know. I've scoped the internet for whatever news is out there. I don't see anything specific on what would have made this stock run. Could there be potential news coming out? Possibly. I think that's a very strong possibility with the way that it's ran today. And if Anduril scales like the way I think it will, Kraken could see $1.8 billion Canadian in revenue by 2030. 1.8, it could be 2 million, even maybe close to 3 million, just depending on what continues to happen around the world and all the wars that are going on right now. And that $1.8 billion is from $90 million today. That's a lot of room for this stock to continue to grow, their revenue to continue to increase, and just for it to continue to make a name for itself. With margins climbing towards 25 to 30%, that's about $450 million in EBITDA. That is nuts. And if you slap a conservative 25x multiple on that, you're looking at roughly around $33 Canadian per share. What that breaks out to US wise, I believe, is a little bit under $30, but $33 Canadian, that's a far ways from where we're currently at $4, which I believe is $5.29 Canadian today. Even with the 20x given, 7 to 10x upside is what's possible within the next 5 years for Kraken Robotics. As we know, no investment is perfect, guys. Kraken Robotics is still technically considered a penny stock. It hasn't been uplisted yet. It's still trading on OTC. But it has the strong possibility of becoming uplisted, going onto the NASDAQ. And once it gets onto the NASDAQ, it's just going to continue to propel even higher and continue to grow not only the share price, their revenue will continue to grow, and future partnerships are going to continue to come out of this. As we know right now, Kraken really just relies mainly on a few defense companies to really help them, create this revenue. The main one is Anduril, like I've said previously. If contracts do get delayed or budget shifts, quarterly numbers could swing either definitely down. But if these contracts stay on time, and these budgets continue to increase like this current administration continues to want to do, the possibilities are endless for Kraken Robotics. We know that this administration wants to build a facility where we're going to be able to build more ships, more subs, more aircraft carriers. And with the way the future is going, there's going to be more autonomous vehicles that are going to be built within the US government. And one thing that I like about this business model, it's adjacent to like what Palantir is doing, but like when they build software, you only build the software once and you're able to continue to resell it, put it into new tech, and continue to expand your revenue. You don't have to continue to develop the software each and every single time. You only have to develop the software once. So them building this as a service and just being able to contribute to other companies' assets or technology that they're building is going to be very huge for Kraken Robotics. So the biggest catalyst that I'm watching out for right now is new Anduril production milestones. Anduril is hitting the ground running each and every single month, continuing to build new tech for the government, new torpedoes, new underwater subs, all kinds of things that we probably don't even know of. And they're going to need Kraken to help them with the batteries in order to continue to scale their production for whatever contracts that do come on the way. Kraken CEO has teased another large underwater vehicle contract this year, so that could be possibly what's going to be announced soon. We don't know. I'm just speculating here. None of this is financial advice, but if they continue to get contracts, government contracts especially, I said in my previous video, government contracts are the best place to be because it's endless money, especially in the United States. The US citizens are what pay for these contracts, whether you like it or not. I know there's a lot of people out there who have a lot to say, for example, about Palantir and Anduril. There is a report that came out, I believe last week, saying that Anduril and Palantir's technology has a lot of flaws in it, which I don't believe. I believe that's all a bunch of FOMO or FUD, I should say. It's not necessarily true. If you know Palantir and the way that they operate, they're very sound in the way that they secure their data, and they're not going to allow foreign nations to be able to access that. And as I mentioned on their previous earnings report, they mentioned here where their 2025 financial guidance remains unchanged, and it's 120 to 135 million adjusted EBITDA, between 26 to 34 million. The guidance midpoint represents 40% revenue growth and 45% adjusted EBITDA growth. I said it before, anything that's growing 40%, 40+%, please sign me up. I'm all about that, because you're not going to get that type of margins with a grocery store or with a real estate company. You're not going to see 40% margins. That's just unheard of. So for them to be able to continue to grow their revenue like that, and it's still being a $4 stock, you can see how the potential is going to be there. And one of the final catalysts is the NASDAQ uplisting could finally bring institutional exposure to this stock. Right now, there's probably no institutional ownership in this stock because it's still being traded on OTC. But if it was to get uplisted, that opens the door for this to continue to grow higher and higher. So in my view, guys, Kraken Robotics represents a rare mix of innovation, profitability, geopolitical relevance, because all of those things that I just mentioned play a role in what's going to help Kraken continue to grow their share in the market. First of all, Kraken is a key first mover with this underwater robotics technology, along with Anduril. But as far as like the sonars and all of that, that's all Kraken. And as long as companies continue to partner with Kraken, they're going to be able to continue to grow the revenue. And I said in my previous video, robotics is the next big play that we all have to keep our eye on. And Kraken is there. Kraken is going to be a first mover when it comes to robotics. But anyways, guys, that was a short video. I felt like I kind of rambled. If you guys watch my videos and you have any advice or, any thoughts on these videos, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I could do better. Let me know what you want to hear about. But that's just my, the thoughts that were in my head today when I saw it run up, up 13% today. So I added to my position a little bit. I'm still growing my position. I want to make it, a decent size. It's not going to be anything too crazy, but, just something that, reflects what I continue to learn. They always say as you continue to build conviction and you continue to do more research on a company, your position is going to continue to grow. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'll catch you guys again, probably with another Kraken video in the future. Peace.